Dua warga Australia bongkar rahasia konflik Papua yang ditutupi media arus utama dan raih penghargaan. Halo Sobat Suara Papua ID, selamat datang kembali di kanal kami. Kali ini kami akan membahas sebuah kisah yang menggugah keberanian dan keteguhan hati dua warga Australia, Christo Lanke dan Kirsten Felice, yang berhasil menembus pegunungan bintang di Papua Barat. Mereka mendokumentasikan konflik bersenjata dan penggunaan alat-alat militer berat yang jarang terungkap di media arus utama. Tidak mudah untuk melakukan liputan di wilayah ini, apalagi dengan risiko yang besar dan pembatasan akses bagi orang luar. Namun, tekad mereka telah mengantarkan mereka meraih penghargaan Octavianus Pogo, penghargaan yang mengingatkan kita pada keberanian luar biasa seorang pejuang media asli Papua. Yuk, simak pembahasan lengkapnya hanya di Suara Papua ID, dan jangan lupa tinggalkan komentar serta bagikan cerita ini agar semakin banyak yang tahu apa yang sebenarnya terjadi di tanah Papua. Christo Lanke dan Kirsten Felice dari Paradise Broadcasting, media yang berbasis di Sydney, Australia, mendapat penghargaan Octavianus Pogo dari Yayasan Pantau atas keberanian mereka dalam meliput konflik bersenjata di Pegunungan Bintang, Papua Barat. Keduanya mendokumentasikan penggunaan roket dan mortar oleh aparat keamanan Indonesia terhadap masyarakat setempat. Untuk mendapatkan informasi yang akurat, Lanke dan Felice harus menempuh perjalanan penuh risiko, melintasi hutan, sungai, dan perbatasan antara Papua Nugini dan Indonesia tanpa izin resmi. Mereka bertemu dengan anggota Tentara Pembebasan Nasional Papua Barat untuk mendokumentasikan konflik asimetris yang berlangsung di wilayah tersebut. Yuliana Lantipo dari Yayasan Pantau memuji keberanian mereka. Datang ke wilayah konflik di Papua bukan hal mudah. Resikonya besar, terutama bagi warga negara asing. Lanke sebelumnya menulis laporan mendalam tentang penculikan pilot Selandia Baru di Pegunungan Tengah dalam artikel berjudul Hostageland, Why Papuan Guerrilla Victors Kept Taking Hostages. Pada 2024, mereka juga merilis film dokumenter Frontier War, Inside the West Papua Liberation Army, yang mengungkap penggunaan berbagai bahan peledak oleh aparat Indonesia. Liputan mereka tidak mudah, mengingat akses wartawan asing ke Papua Barat telah dibatasi sejak 1967. Bahkan yang telah memiliki izin resmi pun seringkali mendapat hambatan. Film dokumenter mereka memicu kontroversi karena menemukan bukti penggunaan drone buatan Tiongkok dan roket buatan Prancis oleh pihak Indonesia. Penghargaan Octavianus Pogo diberikan setiap tahun untuk mengenang keberanian Octavianus Pogo, seorang wartawan Papua yang meninggal dunia pada usia 23 tahun. Pogo dikenal karena keberaniannya melaporkan kekerasan yang terjadi saat Kongres Papua III di Jayapura pada 2011, yang berujung pada tewasnya 3 orang Papua dan pemenjaraan 5 lainnya dengan dakwaan makar. Juri penghargaan ini terdiri dari Andreas Harsono, Jakarta, Alexander Mering, Pontianak, Chun Hussein Ponto, New York, Made Ali, Pekanbaru, dan Yuliana Lantipo, Jayapura. Lantipo mengatakan bahwa keberanian Lanke dan Felice mengingatkan pada sosok Pogo yang kritis terhadap kebijakan pemerintah. Terima kasih sudah menyimak pembahasan kali ini di Suara Papua ID. Kisah Christo Lanke dan Kirsten Felice mengingatkan kita bahwa keberanian dan dedikasi dalam menyuarakan kebenaran tidak mengenal batas wilayah. Penghargaan Octavianus Pogo yang mereka terima menjadi simbol perjuangan dalam mengungkap fakta di tengah berbagai tantangan. Semoga cerita ini memberikan inspirasi bagi kita semua untuk terus mendukung kebebasan berekspresi dan pemberitaan yang jujur di tanah Papua. Jangan lupa untuk tetap ikuti konten kami, tinggalkan komentar, dan bagikan cerita ini agar semakin banyak yang peduli. Sampai jumpa di pembahasan berikutnya. Tetap kritis dan suarakan kebenaran bersama Suara Papua ID.
Two journalists from Paradise Broadcasting, a new media outlet based in Sydney, Australia, received the Octavianus Pogo Award from the Pantau Foundation for Bravery in Journalism for their coverage of the use of rockets and mortars by Indonesian security forces against indigenous Papuans in the Bintang Mountains, ****. The Pantau Foundation commended the work of Christo Lanke and Kirsten Felice, who traversed forests and rivers on foot, crossing the PNG-Indonesia border with without Indonesian visas to meet dozens of members of the West Papuan National Liberation Army, TPNPB, and document their asymmetric battles with Indonesian security forces in the Bintang Mountains. Hats off to Kirsten Felice and Christo Lanker, two very brave young journalists, said Juliana Lantipo of the Penentuan Foundation. Visiting conflict areas in Papua is not easy and is not cheap, with difficult security risks, especially for foreign nationals. Paradise Broadcasting was founded by Christo Lanker in 2023. The media outlet focuses on long-form reports, following his coverage of the kidnapping of a New Zealand pilot in the Central Highlands. The title of the report was Hostage Raiding: Why Papuan Guerrilla Fighters Keep Taking Hostages. He explained how indigenous Papuans captured pilot Philip Mark Mertens to attract international attention. This action mirrored a similar event in 1996, when guerrillas led by Kelly Quallett captured dozens of international biology researchers in Mapinduma ***. In 2024, they entered the Bintang Mountains and created the film Frontier War, inside the West Papua Liberation Army. In Frontier War, the two journalists discovered 4 types of explosives used by Indonesian forces during their attack on Kiwirok in the Bintang Mountains in September and October 2021. These included Serbian-made modified Kruzik 81mm mortars, French-made Thales FZ-68 folding fin rockets, Pindad 40mm grenades, and unidentified plastic tail fins ***. There have been many Indonesian media reports about Serbian-made mortars used by the Indonesian State Intelligence Agency BIN. Even the House of Representatives questioned BIN's involvement in Kiwirok. The two journalists found not only mortar shells, but also Thales rockets ***. They also obtained video footage showing Indonesian forces using Chinese-made Xi'an Blowfish A3 drones. The helicopters used to fire Thales rockets were Airbus H125M or H225M. The Indonesian government requested YouTube to block Frontier War. In 2024, Lanker and Felice chose to travel on foot, hiking up mountains and down valleys, after taking several flights in Papua New Guinea and walking for a day to enter the Bintang Mountains, crossing the PNG-Indonesia border and trekking to the Bintang Mountains to report on how Indonesian forces use rockets and mortars, as well as helicopters and drones, for what they call law enforcement, is an act of journalistic bravery. Their report was extremely challenging due to the Indonesian government's restrictions on foreign journalists entering all regions of West Papua, Tanah Papua, since 1977. There have been numerous stories of foreign journalists facing visa difficulties, arrests, detentions, and even those with permits being apprehended or at least tailed when entering West Papua ***. On September 13, 2021, an armed group led by Lamek Taplo attacked Indonesian military and police posts in Kiwirok District, Bintang Mountains Regency, near the border with Papua. This was the culmination of tensions between Lamek Taplo's group from Kiwirok and the Indonesian side. The day-long gunfight resulted in the death of a Papua militant and injuries to an Indonesian soldier ***. The mass also set fire to dozens of properties and public facilities in Kiwirok and Penentuan, including several homes, government offices, 8 schools, 2 clinics, a hospital, a bank, and a Kiwirok. Papuan militants also attacked the Kiwirok hospital, burning the hospital and its dormitory, as well as 2 small clinics. They were suspected of beating 3 female nurses and 2 male nurses. The body of nurse Gabriella Milani was found 2 days later, ***. TPNPB stated that they only attacked security posts and helped secure nurse Gerald Sokoi, who fled during the attack and was picked up by local authorities 2 weeks after the attack, returning home. The attack led the Indonesian side to launch airstrikes, including with helicopters and drones, against Kiwirok. On October 10, the Indonesian military deployed Air Force helicopters to drop 14 Serbian-made mortars on Kiwirok. The Indonesian commander in Papua, Major General Yogo Triona, acknowledged the bombing, but denied that the bombs were aimed at civilians ***. According to local human rights organizations, about 1,000 families fled Kiwirok to Oxenford, the Regency capital. It is estimated that 180 families fled across the border to Papua New Guinea. Many lack food, shelter, and medical assistance ***. On October 25th, militants shot and killed an Indonesian policeman in a shootout in Papua. Yogo Triyono emphasized that the Indonesian government needed to engage in political dialogue to resolve security issues in Papua. He stated that his troops were also tired of shootouts. The two young journalists were born in Sydney. Christo Lanker, now 24 years old, is still studying music at the University of Sydney. Kristen Felice, 25 years old, is a graduate of Torrens University, Australia, and works as a video journalist, Octavianus Pogao Award. Octavianus Pogao was a Papuan journalist born in Sagapa in 1992. Pogao passed away at the age of 23 on January 31st, 2016, in Jayapura. This award is given annually to commemorate Pogao's bravery. Suara Papua also participated in creating the award in 2017, but the assessment and announcement are carried out by the Pantau Foundation ***. In October 2011, Pogao reported on violence against hundreds of indigenous Papuans during the 3rd Papuan Congress in Jayapura. He recorded gunfire sounds. 3 Papuans died, and 5 people were imprisoned on treason charges. Pogao's frustration at the lack of Indonesian media coverage of the violations prompted him to establish Suara Papua on December 10, 2011 ***. Juliana Lantipo, who works as an editor at Jubi in Jayapura, said, "I first met Octo in Yogyakarta in 2008 when he was invited by a student organization in Yogyakarta as a speaker at a seminar. At that time, he was still a high school student, but was already a speaker at various events, with his articles published in several media outlets. I saw him as a brave and critical young man towards government policies. The courage of Kirsten and Christo reminds me of Octo," she said, ***. The Pogao Award jury consists of Andreas Harsono, Jakarta, Alexander Mary, Pontianak, Cohen Hussein Ponto, New York, Maida Ali, Pekanbaru, and Juliana Lantipo, Jayapura.